Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back. It is time for a Pounds for Purrs workout, and I am on schedule 2 days later, getting in the third day with the current weights. And overall, it was actually a pretty good workout. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do a morning session or an afternoon one. I did wake up in believe me, plenty of time to get to the gym when they were opening. I don't normally do that unless I'm working, but I decided to sleep in a little bit, go ahead, catch up on sleep, and I did get to the gym later in the afternoon. So later than I had anticipated, or even later than I would normally want to, but I did get there, and I'm glad I did because I was feeling good. I had no reason to skip, and plus Mia said, why not just go get it done and come home, and that'll be that. So I got to the gym, I warmed up on the treadmill, and that's something I decided beforehand. I just wanted a quick warm-up, so I did my usual incline power walk at 4% incline, 4 miles per hour. Took 3 minutes and 51 seconds to do a quarter mile, and then I went to the platform. I returned to my typical warm-up, so I didn't do anything special with the primers. I just did a hang snatch with 45, 55, and 65 pounds for triples, and then I dropped to doubles, pulling from the floor, 75 as you saw already, and now here's 85. So for the snatch, not bad. Third day with the current weight, and I'm pretty satisfied. I really am. So a couple notes to make throughout today's session, and the first one's going to be the initial working set. The thing about it is that I kind of treated it like a warm-up set. So that first rep actually was a lot better than I thought it was, and then here's the second rep. Now when I did the second rep, I did feel just that ever so slight of slowdown as I went down into the bottom, and judging from how it felt, at first I just labeled it as a warm-up set. I didn't really want to count it, and I didn't review it either, so I just kind of kept going and just started over. And so this second double I actually counted as the first one, just because that initial set just didn't feel quite right. It was okay, don't get me wrong, technically it was okay, it's just it kind of felt a little slow, that second rep, really, more or less. The first one felt okay. It actually was better than I thought, and then the second rep also better than what I had imagined it went. But after the fact, when I was already stitching the videos together, that's when I decided to actually count it. But at first I didn't, and then even when I was going home, I was tempted not to. But when I actually did sit down, watch the footage, I just thought, okay, it's not the greatest double, of course, but I can't be too picky and not count it. So I did count it after all. That leads to my second note, which is just kind of funny because I was still in the mindset of not counting that first set and just kind of doing 8 doubles after it. So technically speaking, much after the fact, after you see this next set, which will be the 8th double, I could have just stopped there and called it the day and had my 8 doubles, the volume that I am going for. But since in the moment I was already anticipating that this would be technically double number 7 and that I would do another one, something happened here. So that first rep, not bad. Okay, it's pretty decent. Second rep, a thought popped in my head, just randomly. So watch this. Look at that. I couldn't even get down to the bottom. It totally disengaged everything, and then I just stood right back up. So I felt really, really silly. And so here's technically a bonus double, much better. I had to clean that up. I did the first rep, and then as I was pulling into the second one, something popped in my head, and everything just shut off, and it was just bad. So it was barely even a power snatch. So of course I had to redo that, and it ended up being one bonus double. I took 3.5 minutes between snatch and clean and jerk just because I didn't want to rush, and so I gave myself a good 3.5 minutes to recover and then start doing clean and jerk. So 135, 155, move very easily, very comfortably, and then now here we are at 175. Same thing, moving actually even more comfortably than before. So out of the 3 times that I've used this weight, this has been the easiest without a doubt, and the most stable in all the reps. So I didn't have to redo any of the clean and jerk singles. I'm happy with it. It was moving just fine. I'm happy with the bar speed. I'm happy with the split. I'm happy with the landing. And then, of course, the recovery steps after that. So good stuff. It makes me believe that I can do another 20-pound increase next week. And I think I will do that. Now, for the snatch, I will have to decide. I might just stay on the same path and do another 10-pound jump for doubles. We will see, because it won't take very long before that will start to get pretty difficult, and I can either drop down to singles, I can increase the rest time, I can do a couple things, or just do a 5-pound increase instead of 10, but I'm pretty sure I can handle another 10-pound increase for now, and I'll decide that in the next couple days. I have time now. I have 2 days of rest before I have to actually make any kind of decision, so not bad at all. I'm in a good place, and I'm happy about that. I want the rest of the month to pretty much be the same, although I do know that by the end of the month it will start to become difficult, and I will need to lengthen the rest times for sure, but I will do that as I need to. For right now, 90 seconds of rest in between working sets is still good enough. I'm getting enough rest to recover with, yet at the same time getting conditioning benefits. So I'm happy about that. And then between clean and jerk and front squat, here's the first set of front squat. I took 3 minutes. So 3:30 between snatch and clean and jerk, and then 3 minutes between clean and jerk and front squat. And then between front squat and strict press, it was just 1:30. I didn't need that much rest. So for the strength movers, just nice, comfortable. It's very convenient that I don't have to change the weight from clean and jerk to the front squat, although of course that's going to change next week. I'll have to drop some weight when I go to 195 for the clean and jerk, and then I'll be doing 185 for the front squat and the strict press. So for the strength movers, good stuff. Of course, with the front squat, making sure that everything's stable in the front rack position, getting depth, and just a little stoppage at the bottom. There are maybe a few odd reps here and there that I stopped for a little bit longer in the bottom, but at this point I just want to get the volume done. I just want to make sure that the technique is there, and I don't need to go for anything extended. I don't need to push it any harder than I really need to, just because at the end of the day when I'm doing Olympic lifts, that's the crux. That's the priority, is both Olympic competition lifts, and then these are nice additions that do help and support those lifts, especially specifically with the front squat, because it wouldn't be the best carryover if I did a back squat. Although the first time I ran this program, I did a high bar back squat, and I think it was good. It's just that front squat is very specific to the clean especially, so it's good that I'm doing it this time around. I honestly didn't really give much attention to the front squat for a long time, other than maybe a goblet squat, and I'm happy that I'm doing it because the front rack position has never felt this comfortable. And of course that starts to get challenged as the weights go up, but for this range, very, very comfortable, and I'm quite happy about that. No issues, no pain. It feels nice, it's locked in, and I couldn't ask for really anything more. And then of course the strict press, aka the military press, 175 for triples, and it's moving very, very well. So I have no doubt that I'll be able to do that with 185, and I am mostly sure, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to keep muscle cleaning the bar for both lifts, for both strength movers, and I really like doing that. Will I have to go to the rack towards the end of the month or even middle of the month? Maybe. I'm hoping not to, just because I really enjoy cleaning the bar off the floor and getting into the front rack position for both lifts. So hopefully I'll be able to keep doing that. Worst case scenario, maybe I'll do a power clean to get into position and then move from there, but I like to stay away from the rack if possible. Of course, when I need to use it, I will, but I really like training this way. I think it adds just a little bit more dynamic work for my back, and especially the upper back, but also at the same time, it really does a phenomenal job of putting me in the right place so that I don't have to make any adjustments or anything like that, that I'm pretty much ready to go once I'm racked. And that's more or less the workout. So 2 days of rest, so I'm going to take the entire weekend off, and I'll try to get to the gym Monday at a decent hour, maybe late morning, maybe early afternoon, something like that. I doubt it'll be a morning session, but we'll see. I never really know what my sleep's going to be like these days. And that's it. Alright everyone, have a great one, and adopt, don't chop.